This video will demonstrate how to update your capital sales data within SI 5.5 to have additional fields that aren't provided in the CSV file that you would have imported. The additional fields being a JPEG image for the product, the inputs and outputs for the product, and the height, width, and depth for the products. Now, if you're using the capital sales version of SI 5.5 Estimator, the inputs and outputs and height, width, and depth aren't going to mean much to you because those come into play when you're actually doing drawings in our professional version in either Visio or AutoCAD. So you can, of course, upgrade your Estimator version to professional at any time. But the JPEG images, at least, you can use immediately because we do have reports when you're running a proposal for a client that you can show the JPEG images next to the products. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is, now we've already imported the CSV file of products. We have a database of established products. And what we're going to do is now go to the Download tab here, and then we're going to click the Download Tree option. By default, we show you all details manufacturers when you come out to the download tree. But what you're going to want to select is new and updated content for my manufacturers. And this is going to filter the list down to just the manufacturers that are in your local database. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing all of these at once. So I'm just going to pick a manufacturer that we have from the capital sales database that we've imported the data from. And I'll choose just one. It's going to expand the list here, and you're going to see the categories for the product. Now, this is something we don't recommend in any other videos or documentation, meaning we never say, oh, just check the manufacturer name and hit download and pull down all these products. The reason for that is there's going to be a lot of products in there that you don't sell, and you should probably try to keep your database as small as possible to make things easier for you. So in this case, though, we're going to be using the Easy Match download mode versus the direct download mode. And with Easy Match, it's going to allow us to update existing products in our database and or add new products. And in this example, I'm going to choose not to add the new products. I'm not sure how many products are even out here at this point. Looks like I've got 765 available for download. So that's another reason to do one manufacturer at a time. But when I go through the Easy Match interface in just a minute here, I'm going to be able to deselect all of the new products and simply just update what's already in my database. So when you're ready, just go ahead and click the download button, and it's going to prepare these products for the Easy Match process. Once the products prepare, you'll see that we're still in the download tab, but notice this looks exactly like the Easy Match import if you're just like importing a CSV file. So the first step here is where you're just going to preview the data, which I'm fine with that. Go ahead and click next. Here on step 2, though, this is where you're going to select the fields you want to update. Now, this is where you may decide, like I mentioned earlier, that I'm only going to update my existing products and I'm not going to add new products. The reason for that is there's certain fields that I don't want to update on my existing products. However, if I were to be downloading new products, I would want those fields included. So if you have that scenario where you want to do both, you want to update your existing products and you'd like to add some of the new products from the DTools download database, do it in 2 separate steps. Do your first step to update the products with and uncheck the fields that you don't want updated, and run through the same process again. And in that scenario, all you're going to do is choose to add the new products. You won't be updating anything else, and then you can leave all the fields checked. So in this scenario, I'm going to go ahead and uncheck the unit labor hours field because it's something that I definitely would have adjusted on the existing products in my database, and the MSRP field. I rely on the spreadsheet for that and updates, and keeping pricing updated, something you really should manage a little more closely than just trusting a download from the DTools server. So those 2 fields I do not want touched on my existing data. So I'm going to uncheck them, and then once I'm happy with that, choose next. And this will take you to step 3, where you're just going to verify the manufacturer name here. And it found Atlas Sound in my database, so we'll go ahead and click next. On step 4, you're going to see the exact product matches. So these match exactly on manufacturer name and model number with what's in my database and what I'm planning to download. So these are the products I'm looking for. These are the ones that I want to update with the additional fields. Most notably the JPEG images in this example here. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm pleased with that. Of course, if you want to uncheck any of these, you can. If you don't want to update a certain component for whatever reason, maybe you already have a good looking JPEG for it, or maybe you've already input the IOs for it. You can also have the deselect all and select all buttons here if you didn't want to update at all. But in this case we do. So I'm going to click next. Step 5 shows your close product matches, and in this case I have no close product matches. It's either going to be exact or they're going to be new products. That's because I have not adjusted the model number names at all in my database for this particular data. So I'm going to choose next here. Now here we can see that there's going to be a lot of new products added if I were to choose to do that. But if you remember back on step 2, I unchecked the MSRP field in the unit labor hours. So I don't want to add these right now. If I do want these at a later date, I'll simply run through this process again like I mentioned and leave everything checked. So in this case I'm going to deselect all of these, then choose next. Step 7 is where you're going to preview your download before you actually hit this download button here. And again, we're doing this to see 62 product updates. Go ahead and click download. You're prompted to back up your local master table. You can do that if you'd like. And just hit OK on there, and it's going to go ahead and download your products.